Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a biblical character who often raises a lot of questions. Lot. If you're familiar with the Old Testament, you probably know about his troubles. He chose to live in the wicked city of Sodom. He made the horrifying offer of his 2 daughters to an angry mob. And later, in a drunken state, he unknowingly impregnated his own daughters. With a track record like that, it can be pretty shocking to read the New Testament and see him described as righteous. In fact, the Apostle Peter uses the term righteous not once, not twice, but 3 times to describe him. In 2 Peter we read that God delivered righteous Lot, who was oppressed by the filthy conduct of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them tormented his righteous soul from day to day by seeing and hearing their lawless deeds. So what's going on here? Was Lot really righteous? Does the Bible contradict itself? Let's unpack this. First, it is crucial to remember that the Bible recording someone's sins and foolish acts does not mean they can't also be considered righteous. Outside of Jesus Christ, who was the only perfect person to ever live, every hero of faith had their flaws. Think about it. Noah, Abraham, Moses, these giants of faith, listed in Hebrews 11, all had moments where they disobeyed God, acted foolishly, or showed cowardice. God never blessed their disobedience, only their faithfulness. Take Rahab, for example. The Bible calls her a harlot, a prostitute. God certainly didn't approve of her profession, yet she is praised for her faith. James 2 says she was justified by works when she received the messengers, and Hebrews 11 says that, by faith, the harlot Rahab did not perish. God saving her doesn't mean he condoned her past sins. In the same way, Peter calling Lot righteous doesn't mean Lot was flawless. Even Peter himself, who wrote these words, had his own major failings, denying Jesus 3 times, for instance. Second, we need to look at the context of Peter's statement. He's making a comparison. Just as Noah was an island of righteousness in a sea of corruption, Lot stood in stark contrast to the people around him. Peter describes the citizens of Sodom as extremely wicked, filthy, and lawless. Lot, despite his serious mistakes, was not like them. He was righteous in comparison. The text says, his soul was tormented day after day by their evil deeds. He was distressed by the wickedness he saw and heard. Even the people of Sodom recognized that Lot was different. They complained about him, saying he keeps acting as a judge. This shows there was a clear moral distinction between Lot and the inhabitants of the city. He separated himself from their lawlessness. Now his decision to offer his daughters is inexcusable, but it was a desperate, flawed attempt to protect the divine messengers in his home from an evil mob. It was a terrible choice in an impossible situation. This is the distinction Peter was making. He wasn't saying Lot was perfect. He was highlighting that Lot had not become contaminated by the intense evil that was all around him in Sodom. He maintained a standard that set him apart. In a way, Lot is a lot like Christians today. We strive to live in the light, but we are imperfect, and we make mistakes. Lot was a righteous man who, unfortunately, also made some very memorable and tragic errors. It's a powerful reminder that righteousness in the Bible isn't about perfection, but about the direction of your heart and your separation from the wickedness of the world. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into the Bible. See you next time.